How to say hello in Switzerland. There are 4 official languages in Switzerland, which means you have at least 4 possible ways of saying hello in this country. The 4 languages are German, French, Italian, and Romansh. Try to figure out which languages a person speaks before you greet him or her. Bear in mind that especially in the big cities, most Swiss citizens can speak English quite well. Method 1. Choosing the right language. 1. Know which languages are commonly spoken in each region. 65–75% of Swiss citizens speak Swiss, German, particularly throughout northern and central Switzerland. 20% speak French, and 4–7% are fluent in Italian. French and Italian are respectively most common along the borders with France, to the west, and Italy, to the south. Romansh is an ancient language, native to some southern regions, that is spoken by less than 1% of Swiss citizens. Bear in mind that many Swiss are multilingual. German is a good bet anywhere in the country, but you may be able to get by with French, Italian, or English regardless of the region. 2. Try speaking English. Just say hello. Most Swiss citizens speak at least some English, especially in the big cities. The locals may be impressed if you make the effort to approach them using their native language, but you should be able to make your way around with English in most metropolitan areas. Bonus: the English hello shares its roots with the German hello, so you might be briefly mistaken for German if you use the right tone. 3. Take your cues from the locals and think before you speak. Listen to the people around you. Before you speak to someone, listen carefully to hear him or her talk. If you are greeting a group, try to eavesdrop on their conversation before you jump in. You may even be able to pin down the pronunciation of certain words by listening to how the people around you say them. Look at signs, notices, and advertisements. If most of the public notices are written in German, then you should probably try speaking German. If most of the notices are written in French, then you should try speaking French. If you are preparing to meet someone for the first time, consider his or her name. If his name is Pierre, there's a good chance that he hails from a French-speaking region. If his name is Klaus, then it might be safe to assume that he speaks German. 4. Use the proper physical etiquette. If you're meeting someone for the first time, stretch out your hand and say hello. If you are a woman greeting a female friend or a man greeting a woman, kiss them 3 times, offer first your right cheek, then your left, then your right again. These are not actual kisses, just air kisses. If you are a man greeting a male friend, stick with a handshake or man hug. This format applies over much of the country, but certain regions, particularly those that border other countries, may have their own specific etiquette. Method 2. Hello in German. 1. Use Swiss, German, not German. Swiss German is similar to classic German, but there are many local dialectic twists that will make your greetings easier to understand. All the vowels in these words should be pronounced. If you see UE, or IE, for instance, you should pronounce the U, the E, and the I as distinct syllables. If you are writing, take note that all nouns in German are capitalized. 2. Say hello informally when speaking to friends and family. Say Grüetzi to one person, or Grüetzi miteinander to 2 or more people. In most German-speaking areas, the word Grüetzi is equivalent to the English hi. Phonetically, this sounds like Grüetzi or Grüetzi. You can also try Guten Tag in the standard German, which is easier to pronounce and remember. Consider these other informal greetings. Hoi, Salut, Sally, hi, more informal than Grüetzi. Hoi, Salut, Sally. Hoi Zame, hi to more than one person. Hoi za, may. ciao, the same as the Italian ciao, pronounced ciao. 3. Say hello formally. You will want to use more formal phrases when you are greeting business associates and people you do not know well. Most of these greetings relate to the time of day. Guten Morgen, good morning. Pronounced gu, 10 more, gen pronounced with a hard G. In some areas, German, speakers use Guten Morgen, with the shortcut Morga or Morg, differs from Canton to Canton. This is usually used until about noon. In some areas of Germany, it is only said until 10 a.m. Guten Tag, good day. Pronounced gu, ta tag. This phrase is usually said between the hours of noon and 6 p.m. Guten Abend, good evening. Pronounced gu, 10 big. This greeting is usually used after 6 p.m. Method 3. Hello in French. 1. Use French. Particularly in the western regions of Switzerland, people should be able to understand you if you speak French to them. Swiss French varies much less dramatically from Standard French than does Swiss German from Standard German. 2. Say Bonjour. This term is the standard, textbook translation of hello, and you can use it in both formal and casual settings. Bonjour is a combination of the term bon, meaning good, and jour, meaning day. The literal translation is good day. The word is pronounced bon, zor. 3. Say salut for an informal greeting. The T is silent, so pronounce the word sa, lu. This translates to a casual hi or hello rather than a formal hello. Even though salut is an interjection used to greet people, it is related to the French verb saluer, meaning to greet or to salute. Another informal greeting using this term would be salut tout le monde. Roughly translated, it means hello, everybody. The term tout means all and le monde means the world. This greeting would only be used amongst a group of close friends. 4. Switch to bonsoir in the evening. Pronounce it bon, soir. The literal translation of this word is good evening, and it should be used to say hello in the evening or at night. The term can be used in formal and casual settings, but it is more likely to be heard in formal settings. Bon means good, and soir means evening. One way to greet a crowd of people in the evening is to state, Bonsoir mesdames et messieurs, meaning, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Pronounce it, bon, soir mesdames et messieurs. Method 4. Hello in Italian. 1. Use Italian. Roughly 4.7% of Swiss citizens speak Italian, particularly in the southern cantons, provinces, that border Italy. Swiss Italians are proportionately much more likely to speak Swiss German than Swiss Germans are to speak Italian. If you are traveling in the southern part of Switzerland, listen to the people around you and read the signs. If everyone seems to be speaking Italian, then it's probably a good choice. 2. Say ciao in casual situations. Pronounce ciao as ciao. This is one of the two most common ways to say hello or hi in Italian. While it is a common greeting, ciao is considered fairly informal and is usually used in casual situations or among friends and family. Note that ciao can also mean good, bye, depending on the context. Make it clear that you are greeting the person and not saying farewell. 3. Greet people with salve in neutral situations. Pronounce salve as sal, ve. Although it is not quite as common as ciao, the term salve is more appropriate to use among people with whom you are not on familiar terms. The most formal way to greet someone is with a time-specific greeting, but salve is still appropriate to use with most people. To put it in the perspective of a native English speaker, ciao is like hi, while salve is closer to hello. Like ciao, self can also be used to say good, by, depending on the context. 4. Use time, specific greetings. Buongiorno and other time-based greetings are considered the most formal way of greeting someone. That said, you can still use these phrases among friends and family. As with many other Italian greetings, time-specific hellos can also mean good, by, depending on the context. Say buongiorno in the morning. This phrase translates into good morning or good day. Pronounce buongiorno as Bonjour, no. Say buon pomeriggio in the afternoon. That's buon pomeriggio. This phrase can be used to say good afternoon as a greeting or farewell afternoon. Note that you may still hear buongiorno in the afternoon, but buon pomeriggio is slightly more common and more accurate. Buon pomeriggio is a lot more formal than buongiorno. Use buonasera in the evening. After roughly 4 p.m., the polite way to greet or bid farewell to someone is with buonasera. Pronounce buonasera as buo, not sh, ra. Method 5. Hello in Romansh. 1. Use Romansh. Romansh is an ancient language that is spoken by less than 1% of Swiss citizens. About 48,000 of these speakers live in the southeastern district of Canton, Graubünden. Most people who speak Romansh also speak Swiss, German and other languages, but locals may be impressed if you reach out to them in their native tongue. Romansh is also spelled as Romansh, Romansh, Redo, Romance, or Rito, Romanic. About half of all native Romansh speakers have emigrated towards the industrialized cities of German-speaking northern Switzerland. In this sense, Zurich has become the town with the most Romansh speakers. However, most Romansh-speaking city dwellers habitually speak German out of convenience. The language comes from what Vulgar Latin or People's Latin, with influences from Etruscan, Celtic, and other languages spoken by early settlers in the mountain valleys of what are now the Grisons and Italy's South Tyrol. Romansh was included as a Swiss national language in 1938. Thus, base your pronunciations on Latin pronunciations. 2. Use Allegra, Ciao, or Tgau for an informal greeting. Pronounce Allegra as Alleg-ru. Pronounce Ciao as Ciao. Pronounce Tgau as Gao. 3. Use time-specific greetings. As with Switzerland's other national languages, time-specific Romansh greetings tend to be the most formal greetings. Use time-specific greetings in formal settings and when greeting people that you have never met. Bundi means good morning. Pronounce it Bundi. Buonasera means good afternoon or good evening. Pronounce it Buon-a-sera. Tips. Most Swiss German speakers are happy to hear someone attempt Swiss German and answer with a hearty Danke vielmal, but continue in English if appropriate. Try to work out which language your conversation partner speaks to avoid addressing them in the wrong language. Remember that almost every Swiss can speak English quite well, especially in the big cities.